Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. We're going to start with something controversial, and this is not designed to upset people, but this is really blowing up. I can tell you this is like my second attempt at filming this, because first time I filmed this, we went for like 8 minutes on this topic, and I'm really trying to make it shorter than that. I can tell you when I was filming, this was like 25,000 viewers less. So this has shot up in 10 minutes, about 20,000 viewers. So we can revisit this at the end of Unseen and see where it's got to. At the moment, it's 4:05. Okay, 4:05. It's been up 2 hours and 405,000 people have had a look at this. So here's the allegation, and I'm going to tell you outright, I don't think the dog is pushed, but I do wonder about the hand at the back, if it encourages the dog, right? I do wonder if it just encourages the dog to jump. I don't know why the dog is being filmed at the moment that it decides to jump, right? I think the dog does jump. I don't think it was pushed. I think it does jump, but I do question the hand at the back and if that was enough to encourage the dog to jump. And the fact it's being filmed at the moment that it does jump does make me question as to whether they encouraged it for content, right? I'm not saying Logan knew that this happened. I'm not saying that Logan's actually involved, but this seemingly happened in his video. So here's the allegation. The allegation is Logan really had someone push his dog dangerously close to his boat's propellers in the middle of a lake so that he could film himself saving the dog for content. Then he pretended like the dog jumped. Okay, so that's the allegation. By the way, we're at 408 now, so we've already gone up 3,000. So here's Logan's response. He said, 4 years later, you can still F yourselves, right? Lovely. Clarifying in the comments, we would never, ever, ever push Broly off the boat. He jumped, and a hand was behind him, petting him. Now, this is really interesting because here he says the hand at the back is petting the dog. I don't know how you pet a dog like this, right? With the back of your hand. I don't know what that is, right? And when he jumped, we attempted to grab him, but for a fact, we didn't push him. Watch the body language. You can see it's self-induced, okay? Now, thankfully, look, even Sean Ross, that WTF is this shiz? That was an hour ago. Even Sean's got 148,000 views on this, right? In fact, where are we with the other? 408 still, okay? Let's go back up. So here's Logan. So this is the original in slow motion, 32 minutes ago, this, okay? So we're going to play this, and you can see that the dog is here. He's having a little look at jumping. There is a hand on top of him, and he's having a little look around. He is ready to jump. I'm not going to dispute that. There's a hand that comes down, right? I don't know that this dog is going to jump, but all of a sudden there's a hand here. Now, I think this hand does grab the dog to maybe try and stop him from jumping. Perhaps they just wanted to get some footage of the dog, and the cameraman thought, oh, the dog looks like he's about to jump. I'm just going to put my hand on to stop that from happening, right? I would say put the phone down or put the camera down. If you want to stop a dog, if you really want to stop a dog from jumping, put the camera down, right? That would be my response. So he comes around and this hand grabs the dog. Two different hands, completely agree. Attempting to stabilize Broly to prevent him from jumping, right? So there, he's saying here that there's two different hands that are trying to stop him from jumping. A second ago, this hand was petting him. That's what he said. He said this hand here was petting him. Now there's two different hands that are trying to stabilize the dog. So was this hand at the back petting or stabilize him? Which one, please? Right? All of a sudden, this dog has now got two hands on him. He's got one on his back and another one, the one that I blame more at the back, is on his tail and near his backside, right? Dog then, look at the motion of this hand here. Just look at the motion of that hand. And you can't tell me that's not touching the dog. Look at the tail. Look at the tail. I mean, look at the tail. It's right by that hand. Look, that hand is right on that. I don't think anyone would dispute that, right? And look at the motion of the hand. Look at the motion of the hand at the back. I mean, that is... Come on. Come on. Come on. In a second, he'll tell you that hand's not even touching the dog. Sit down. Sit down. I'm not saying this hand is pushing the dog, right, at the back. But what I am going to say is that that hand at the back, the way that it's kind of stroking the tail, I don't know, it's like a fist. It's really weird. Stroking the tail and getting towards the back of the dog might have decided that was enough for it to jump. Look at that. It's not a good look, man. It's not a good look. And then the dog jumps. So the dog jumps. It seems to go under the boat, right? The boat kind of seems to go like over the dog. There's no drama or anything like that. It just goes underneath. So let me show you here. Look, the dog goes there under. Then this cameraman runs to the back, run. And then the dog is like here. I mean, the dog clearly hasn't come round the side of the boat. The dog's there, so it looks like the boat sort of went over the top of the dog. Now, the dog, I believe, is perfectly fine, which is obviously fantastic news. But if you look at where the dog, like, jumps... See, I think he jumps, and then I think he goes under the boat. And then the dog's there. Again, still sort of, you know, under where the boat was. So I think the boat did go over the dog. And then Logan's like, I'm going to jump in, right? And there's the dog. I just think there's some questions to be asked here. I really do. I think there's some questions to be asked. I don't like that hand behind the dog. Don't like that hand at all. Original video in slow motion. I think some people are thinking this hand that was on the top's the one that pushes the dog. I don't like that one at the back. I'm nearly certain he was attempting to hold the dog down. I agree with that at the top. Not what happened. They were trying to hold the dog. I don't know about that one at the back. I don't know if that one at the back was trying to hold the dog. They've done it in the laziest way possible. They're still sat down and they've just sort of done, I don't know, something like that. I mean, it's just, if you want to grab the dog, get up and grab the dog. Why are we even filming this moment? Why are we even filming it? Look, and then he responds here, right? So this was 4 years ago. I just watched it. Wasn't even touching him when he jumped. The hand followed. So according to Logan, that hand at the back's not even touching the dog. Apparently this hand at the back doesn't even touch the dog. I mean, it does. Clearly does. So to recap, that hand at the back has gone from stabilizing the dog to petting the dog to now not even touching the dog. This is 4 years ago. And 417 we're on now. 417,000 views. Still only been up for 2 hours, so this is just going to keep going and going and going. I'm not blaming Logan on this. I'm not blaming Logan. I would, if I was Logan. If these were my friends, I would have questions for both of them. I would want to know why the camera wasn't put down. I would want to know why the dog wasn't better secured. I'd want to know what the hell the hand at the back of the dog was doing. I'd want to know what the plan was. What was the plan? So you put the hand on the dog and you film the dog. And then what's your plan? Are you going to put that down and then grab the dog? Or are you just waiting to see what happens? Or like what's the situation? So... don't know, man. This is one that I don't think will be the end of Logan by any means, but you know, it's one of those that I think will be here today, gone tomorrow. But I don't think his response was good enough, to be honest. You know, 4 years later, and F yourselves. Nah, mate. I got some. There's some questions that I think need answering there. I'll be very interested if, like, the animal services get like a hold of this, and if they want to have a review of this footage and they want to speak to people involved. That would be very interesting. That'd be an interesting development. So listen, allegations, yeah, not accusing Logan of anything. I'm not saying that he told his friends to do this. Not saying that at all. But that is the kind of big story. Oh, man, look, see, I told you last time I went about 8-9 minutes. This time I've gone 10. Right, let's move on, shall we? WYATT 6. Apparently, Dexter Lumis sounds just like Cody, and I didn't know that.
I didn't initially have the name Dexter Lumis. I just had it in the list. I don't even know if it was Dexter Lumis. It may have been like Dexter Shawshank or something. I don't know. But the writers seem to like Dexter Lumis, and Lumis was a play on Dr. Loomis from Halloween.
There we go. I mean, I don't know if that's a Cody filter that's been put on his voice or if that really is how he sounds, because he never talks, so I don't know how he sounds. So, yeah, that's really strange. And then here, Michael said, I might be overthinking this, but have you noticed how Uncle Howdy hasn't only changed his masks and his hair, but he's changed his voice? They might just be experimenting with the camera, but he once said, I am all of us. Maybe there's various Howdys in Bo's mind. I don't know. I don't know if the ever-changing nature of Howdy is being done on purpose. I can't play these because they are clips from YouTube, and if I play them, I'm sure they'll get like copyright hit. So I would say I've retweeted this. Check it out yourself. The voice here is different to the voice there, is different to the voice here, is different. Like, these voices do sound different. They all sound like Bo, but they do sound different. So, might be some, might be nothing. I thought that was interesting enough to include. Okay, let's go to WWE. Oh, yeah, look at all this. So, we had Grayson saying, I can't wait for the day that people wake up and realize that Cody has always been the bad guy in this story. Cody said, that's interesting. How about we have a chat tomorrow on SmackDown and I can show you how much of a bad guy I can be.
Oh, chill out, Codelander. The truth hurts, huh? But I love this idea. Let's have a chat tomorrow. But let's do it on the most honest and important talk show in the history of the WWE, the Grayson Waller Effect. You can be the first ever 3-time guest. You're welcome for the rub, kid. So let's all find out together who Cody Rhodes really is.
I do like that. Well, chill out, Codelander. And then here's Theory responding as well. On my way. So Theory is going to be involved as well. So it looks like we're going to have Cody on the Grayson Waller Effect tomorrow. And that's how that's all come about. Tony Khan confirmed during the All-In media call that Ricky Starks is indeed still under contract with AEW. Don't know how long he's under contract for. And, you know, he was kind of singing his praises, saying, you know, he's really respected and all that kind of stuff. Definitely feels to me like there's more to this story. He's not, I mean, to my knowledge, he's not on the card at Wembley. I don't know if he's going through like injury at the moment, but a lot of noise around Ricky Starks. If he is still under contract, and Tony says he is, I would be very interested to know when that contract expires. I'd be very interested to know that. So, Marco, thank you. Appreciate it. So, not loads in WWE. A lot of the chatter at the moment is very much around AEW because they've got their Wembley show coming up. Right, here is the fun phone case folder. Cody said this is a great phone case. And do you know what? I legitimately included this one for the phone case. I mean, I include them all for the phone case. But yeah, that's a very well protected device. No messing around by Bayley there. She's got a pretty solid phone case on her phone there. That's pretty wild as well. Look at that as well. Isn't that? And like, oh my God. 2024 is the year of flipping friendship bracelets being in WWE. And I ain't keen about it. Let's get that straight. You know, in my mind, WWE is all about tough men, tough women, beating the hell out of each other. Friendship bracelets. Psst. Not happy. And I'm not happy about this either. This is a flipping disgrace. Look, 321 Screw said, poor Thea. doesn't have a cool phone case. She's still taking selfies with her digital camera. What is this? The Stone Age? I know, man. I feel like she might have just broken out any device possible just so that she can try and get into this folder, because we don't see Thea taking like these kinds of selfies. So I think she's tried to get into this folder, but I think she was ashamed of her phone, and I think she's gone and grabbed her digital camera. That's honestly what I think has gone on here, hoping that we wouldn't notice. But we're not amateurs. This is not amateur hour. This is a very professional, well-run, high-level folder, right? Fun phone case folder, and that ain't getting past anyone. So 3, 2, 1, screw. Shout out to you. Hopefully Thea can... maybe she's got a fun phone case on order, and perhaps we'll get something better from her in the near future. This is better though. Richard, shout out to you. So here's Liv, and I wanted to include this because I feel like, is this the kind of phone case where you push it in and it's like, you know, bubble wrap, and it's meant to be like a bit of a stress thing? I would have to imagine for that to work though, you would have to take it off your phone. So I'm guessing this is like one of those executive toys, like a stress reliever. But you'd have to take your phone out of the case, wouldn't you, in order to really get it to work? So, yeah, that's a bit strange. I've never seen anything like that. Really plain, boring. Loads of shoes in the background, though. Look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all them shoes. But awful, awful phone case. I don't even think it's in a case. Just awful. Just a really awful situation. But that first one was pretty fun, so giving her props for that. So that was the fun phone case folder. We've done WYATT 6. We've done WWE members, obviously. I put a little bit extra in there for those guys. Here we've got the fun folder. So here we've got Jey is shooting his shot once again. This was apparently an hour ago, although 9 hours ago, so that would make that 10 hours ago. So here, this could have been us, but you playing. So here, look, you've got Jey saying we could have been the next Carmella and James Ellsworth, but you playing. So love that. Here's Gunther and Ludwig. They're in Germany, and they've got quite the meal ahead of them there. He's going to have indigestion at Bash in Berlin after eating all of that. So I am the Colour Red. Shout out to you. Ashmer, shout out to you. So we had this when Jey was first flirting with Rhea, but now Rhea has responded and said happy birthday, and there's an image of Rhea and Jey together. People so want these to get together, apart from Rikishi. He does not want them to get together. But they were chanting yeet at Rhea at Fanatics Fest, so they're so unserious, says Gay for Ripley. So Ashmer, shout out to you. Chelsea said, instead of tweeting, you should be answering my calls, P-head. Right, and here's Adam Pearce saying, you know what, you're right. I got a new phone, call me. And there's the number. Now, I've not called it, but I would imagine it rickrolls. That would be my guess. So, James Chadwick, shout out to you. Tagged me in the Chelsea tweet earlier. There's Adam Pearce with his response. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is a clip. It's on Bianca's Instagram as well. She said, but was I really wrong, though? Check out what Bianca says here. This is on Family Feuds.
You got a chance. Grandma said every time Grandpa blinks, his dentures pop out.
You got it. You got it. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah. When Grandpa, when he getting it in with Grandma.
Grandpa just...
Oh, my word.
When he getting it in.
So it's his dentures fall out every time, and you've got to fill in the blank. And Bianca said every time he gets it in with Grandma. And they checked and it wasn't there. Yeah, I love the editing on this though, because she sort of says it and it's all a bit awkward. Let's go back to that, man. The editing on this is good.
Just pop out.
You got it. You got it.
Said every time Grandpa blinks, his dentures pop out.
You got it. You got it. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah. When Grandpa, when he getting it in with Grandma.
Oh, I didn't need this bit again. Thank you. Oh, it is good. It is really, really good. It is really good. Right, let's have a look at other, shall we? So, yeah, there was a sit-down interview with Scott D'Amore, right? Sit-down interview with him because he has done a chat with Chris Van Vliet. So, let me see if I can just get the thing to pop up. There we go. So, former TNA president Scott D'Amore reveals a text that he received from Triple H before Jordan Grace appeared at the Rumble this year. He said, one of the last things I get before I went on the Jericho cruise is a text from Triple H, which was just like, hey, I know you might be out of touch this weekend. Just wanted you to know we finalized this and everything's good. Just how we discussed. Have a safe trip. Have fun. And this is just so freaking cool. That's just how wrestling a lot of times hasn't been. A lot of times I'd have been like, oh, he's gone, he's at sea, we can do whatever we want to do now, really screw some people over. But it just wasn't. And not that I expected that they would ever do that stuff, that they would ever do anything underhanded. But even just to take the time when you're that busy to say, hey, I know he's going to be possibly out of touch for a few days. I want him to leave knowing we're all good. All these things that we've said are fine. It's done. You're going to be really happy with it. And I was. So there we go. I mean, it just gives you a bit of a glimpse into how WWE are kind of treating this relationship with TNA, you know, very respectful. Not doing anything underhand, not screwing anyone over, wanting the best for everyone. Sending a message there to Scott, just going, look, you're gonna be happy with this, and he says he was. So good, in it, really good. Oh, little bit of heat here, right? Little bit of heat. Booker T responds to Bubba Ray Dudley's comments about Roxanne Perez not being ready for the main roster. So I like Bubba Ray, but he didn't know what the hell he's talking about. Roxanne Perez is definitely one of the best in WWE right now, right? This is quite interesting. So he says she is just that good, and she came through my wrestling school. I don't see none of Bubba Ray's students out there doing nothing. I'm just saying so. He says that he likes Bubba Ray, but he's not mixing his words. He's not mixing his words when it comes to Roxanne and if she's ready or not. So, little bit of heat there. Little bit of heat there between Booker and Bubba Ray. This was interesting. So Dory Funk Jr. has arrived in Japan to wrestle at his late brother, Terry Funk, right, who competed in WWE. Terry Funk's memorial event. Terry passed away 1 year ago tomorrow, right? Dory, at 83 years old, will become the oldest male wrestler to participate in a wrestling match in history. How could I leave this out? At the age of 83, he will be the oldest male wrestler to compete in a wrestling match in history. Wrestling at the age of 83, Dory Funk Jr. in honor of his brother, Terry Funk. Wow. Couldn't leave that out. Right, Jimmy Hart said that he would love to be partnered with Piper Niven. This was an interview with Comic Book, right? He was really putting her over. Had loads of praise for her. And look, this is Piper's response. Time for my smug face. I think she likes that. I think she likes the idea of a legend like Jimmy Hart singing her praises and saying that if he would come back, he'd like to work with her. I think he did mention a few others as well, but yeah, I just like that response. I thought that was good. Yeah, WWE Ethan, shout out to you. So Adam Pearce, Mercedes Moné, Finn Balor, and others sent message to Angelo Dawkins after I believe it was his grandmother passed away. So a lot of superstars reaching out to Angelo Dawkins, just sending their condolences to him and his family. TJF 1983, shout out to you. I just wanted to include this because I remember this game. I just thought it was so fun. Live action video of each superstar. Like, it's just so fun to see the things that they were shouting about, you know? Devastating aerial attacks, you know? Punishing pile drivers. Live action video of each superstar. A supercharged world of 20 superstars. Whoa! How do they fit them all in one game? 20! Wow. The Sega CD rage. So look at this. Bam Bam and Brett, Mr. Perfect, Crush, Yokozuna, IRS, Big Boss Man, Tatanka, $1 Million Man, Undertaker, Rick the Model, Sean, Kamala, Razor, Head Shrinkers, Samu, Fatu, Macho Man, Nasty Boys, Lex Luger. I'm guessing that's the 20 right there. But yeah, I love these old ads. We've been watching some old commercials, but I'll take these as well. So love that. Oh, and did you see this? Look at this. Foxy Lovely, shout out to you. Said, don't know if you've seen this, so I'm going to send it just in case I hadn't, so thank you. Here's Paul Heyman saying, sheesh. Let's keep credibility in the headlines, okay? The tweet was deleted because the link I put in was not working. The statement ended up on IG stories. Let's tell the entire story, shall we? Right? So this is Paul Heyman getting quite upset because here Paul Heyman makes deletes comments about Roman and all this kind of stuff, right? Paul Heyman deletes his tweet. That's what they had as their headline. But the truth is he deleted it not because he regretted what he posted, but because the link didn't work. That's why he deleted it. But they ran with the headline, Paul Heyman deletes comment. It makes it seem like he regrets what he says. And he's like, no, the link didn't work. That's why I deleted it. So, like, it's like, come on, you can do better than that. And actually, Sportskeeda said, hello, Paul. There was a slight misunderstanding. The headline has been changed, and it should reflect soon. Sincere apologies. So, don't really see that, to be honest. You don't really see that. Fair play to Sportskeeda for correcting that. So, yeah, fair play. Right, there we go. That was today's Unseen. Quite quiet, to be honest. The other bit of news was Ricochet apparently going to AEW. That was all over social media. Absolutely everywhere. I got tagged in that more times than anything else. So, yeah, drowning in AEW news. But WWE news, a little bit thin on the ground at the moment. But, yeah, should we go back? We said we would have a look and see. I think we were at 417, weren't we, when it came to that Logan thing? Let's have a look, see where we are now. It is now 441. Still only been up for 3 hours. We're now at 441. And I tell you, I mean, not that long ago, that was at 380. So this seems to be gaining some traction, but it's up to you as to what you thought about that. But yeah, I don't think this is going to blow over that quick. I think there'll still be people that will want some answers on that. So awesome. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.